morning. So this practice today is going to be a practice, a body prayer practice to cultivate hope. And as we move a little closer towards Easter, you may actually practice this um, yoga with me on Easter. So we'll also bring in the power of Easter and the resurrection. And whatever Easter means to you, I hope that you find something that calls to you in this practice. So let's begin lying down on the back. And just set yourself up in a way that you feel comfortable. Maybe your knees draw a little bit closer together, your feet are a little wider, your arms resting by your sides. Really choose to roll those palms up towards sky. In your first gesture of body prayer and just embodying hope. Take a moment to check in with yourself, your body, your mind, your heart, with honesty, just noticing how you come to the mat today. And then beginning to deepen your breath. As you deepen your breath, if you feel guided to, you might place one hand on your belly and one hand over your heart. Feel your breath just gradually and naturally begin to deepen and expand. In this practice, we'll be cultivating a little awareness around our own hearts as well as up into the crown chakra, the place where yogis say spirit enters. So just a sense of connection to the divine, whatever that means to you. And as you continue to just arrive through your practice, to deepen your breath and connect to the divine in you, I'd like to offer you a reading. And this is from Marianne Williamson. She actually wrote this on Easter 2015. And she speaks of the resurrection. The resurrection is a description of how the universe self-corrects. Life always reasserting itself, even when forces of death and darkness have temporarily prevailed. Like a tiny flower growing through a crack in broken cement, peace of mind emerging, at last, after periods of deep grief. Or people continuing to fall in love despite the ravages of war. Love always gets the final say. To lean on the resurrection is simply to recognize what's true. That if happiness hasn't arrived yet, then the story isn't over. Easter isn't the story of something that happened to only one man over 2,000 years ago. It's the revolution of God's eternal imprint on every moment, for every life. It is the potential for light that exists within even the deepest darkness. It is a reason to hope when all hope seems lost. It is the possibility for new beginnings that seem impossible when all has gone wrong. As a principle, resurrection does not require our recognition in order to exist. But as a practical reality, it requires our willingness in order to become fully active in human affairs. Our openness to infinite possibility, a willingness to consider that there might be another way, in the mind of man allowing itself to be illuminated by God. At Easter, we celebrate our ability to rise above the consciousness of darkness, ignorance, and death. As we do, something begins to change within us. Our very openness to the deeper meaning of the resurrection opens doors within the mind and within the heart. Jesus died and then he rose. And now it's our turn. Where parts of us have died, to hope, to growth, to new life forces, may our own crucified selves be restored to new life. On this day, may we each rediscover at the deepest level the meaning of Hallelujah and the reason to praise God. Take a deep breath and see if just for a moment you can cultivate a bit of hope. Maybe it's in the way your feet meet the mat. It's the sensation in the breath, the belly, the heart. The gesture of an open palm. And as we bring in very gentle physical practice, if you're like me and wear glasses, you might take them off for a moment. We're going to begin with just a little loving gesture towards ourselves. So I invite you to trace from the bridge of your nose up to the brow, across the temples and down through the chin. Keep it going. Just softening our face. Maybe bringing a gentle curl up of the lips. Can have a profound effect on our nervous system. Our ability to perhaps crack open that shell a bit and allow hope to float in. When that feels complete, relax your arms and take your left hand and start massaging into the right side of your neck. We've all been holding a bit of tension. Perhaps this is your spot. Maybe into your shoulder. This is opportunity to start your practice with a loving gesture towards your when that feels complete. Take it to the other side. Right hand massages into the left side of your neck. Continue to breathe deeply. Getting into the easiest, the back of the neck, shoulder. And then just rest those arms down and notice the effect of that simple, maybe profound gesture towards yourself. Starting our practice with the idea that we are all worthy of connecting to our own light, maybe connecting to God's grace. So from here, just stretch your arms out into a little bit more of a T. Feel that expanse across your heart. Notice how it feels to roll your palms up and approach the world with a bit of hope. Next, exhale, cross your arms, give yourself a hug. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, hug. Keep it going with your own breath. The idea of being open and also loving and kind to yourself. Accepting whatever emotion, whatever comes through this process. Next time you give yourself that hug, take a moment to deepen your breath. Can you feel your breath moving into the sides of the heart, the back, the front? Like just the deepening of the breath is revealing this open. Keep the arms back out. Breathe. And then set the arms down by the sides. We'll begin to work just a little bit into our core. So next inhale, reach those arms up over the head. Actually, for a moment, it might feel good to stretch your legs out long and do a good morning stretch. Circling your wrists, flex point the toes, whatever feels good. Feel the whole expression of this body. Maybe stretch one arm up a little higher and then the other. Just finding one side of your body and then the other. Awakening. When that feels complete, take the arms down, bend the legs. Take a breath. And now we'll just super gently awaken our core. So inhale, arms float. Exhale, right knee hugs. Feel the fullness of your exhale as you draw your belly. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, left leg hug. Keep it going just a few times. So moving with your breath and feeling this subtle engagement in your belly. And next time you hug your left leg in, pause there as you extend your right leg down towards you. Soften the shoulders, soften the back of your heart. Maybe rock that knee a little bit from side to side and awaken your way. And then if it feels okay, set that foot down and open the knee to the side. This is lying down tree pose. And if it's too much sensation for your hip, you can just have the leg bent. But if you feel good here, you might decide to reach those arms up towards the sky, like tree branches reaching for a little sunlight. Maybe you flex your right foot. Feel strong roots growing down. And just like a tree in springtime, can you be open to this idea of hope, possibility, maybe growth? But knowing it'll come on its own time. When you're ready, hug that knee in and we'll just change to the other side. So it feels good. Good morning stretch. Hug the right knee in towards the soften back of your heart. Maybe you just hold that right knee and let it open a little bit. Begin. And then tap the toe down, open the right knee up. Lying down, tree pose, your way. Allow your heart to open and feel. Like a breathing, living tree full of. When you're ready, hug that knee. Hug both knees. Maybe cross your ankles and just circle around a little bit. Little massage for the lower spine. Circle in both directions. And either staying right here, or if you're feeling it, you might Give yourself another hug, curling up like a little seed in the earth, full of protection and patience. Letting that go when you feel calm. Put the feet down. Take a breath. When you're ready, we'll prepare to transition. So gently rolling to either side. We're going to press our bodies up and find our way into our tabletop. And bringing in whatever support that you need as you come into your tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, knees is wide and forward. And let's take ourselves right into cat and cow. As you inhale, soften that belly, let that heart shine forward. As you exhale, arch spine, pull your back of the heart up a little closer to us. Inhale, heart shine forward, crown reaches up to the sky. Exhale, back of the heart reveals itself, healing sunlight. Keep it going your way. And when that feels complete to you, we're going to extend our right leg back behind. And rather than collapsing into the chest, the shoulders, can you bring a little straight into the back of the heart? Shining your heart forward. And then opening that hip a little bit. Make some little circles with your hips. Your way. Go in both directions. And then extend that leg out to the side. So we're going to take a version of puppy pose or melting heart pose. So if you find that your knees are a little sensitive, this might be a little too much for you, you might just do puppy pose with that leg drawn. But if this is serving you, we're just going to walk our hands forward and just see what happens to your body. You might just bow forward an inch, creating that space, that opening in the back of the heart. If you're feeling it, the forehead might grace your mouth. Don't force it. Deepen that breath. Again, like rays of sunshine are just coming down to melt into the back of your head. And then whenever you're ready, mindfully, very mindfully, stop just a bit from side to side before we do the other. And then when you're ready, extend the left leg straight back behind. And rather than collapsing, create strength in the back of your heart, front of your heart, across the collarbones, broad. And then circling that leg, however it feels to you. Just opening your hip a little bit before you come into that deeper hip opening. And then extend the leg out to the side. I'm trying to align your foot with your hip. If this position does not serve you, you can just come back and have your knees a little closer together. And then walk your hands forward. Your puppy pose variation is surrendering a little bit. Maybe the forehead melts down towards the head. And it doesn't matter the ultimate shape of the pose, it matters how you feel. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. And when you're ready, mindfully come on up. Invite that muscle. Raise the hips a bit. And then take your body down for a little bit more balance into child's pose. Knees as wide as yours, being guided to be. Maybe you roll those palms open. Just in this gesture of being open to receive. And also as you come into this posture of humility, can you recognize that you are completely worthy? Whenever you're ready, finding your way back to the tabletop, preparing for your downward facing dog. So maybe you walk those hands forward a little bit, touch your toes. Next exhale, lift those hips towards the sky. This is your downward facing dog, so bring in whatever movement feels just right to you. And whenever you're ready, mindfully walk those feet forward towards your hips. Our knees are soft and we slowly roll our way up. So just finding your mountain pose. Knees even place on your mat. Root down into those feet. And can you lift the crown of your head a little higher towards sky? Maybe you take your hands in prayer to your heart. Feel your breath moving in and around your heart. Preparing you for your own resurrection. Each moment can be a resurrection because each moment is new and full of possibility. Relax your chest and widen your feet just a little bit. So we're going to take a few rounds of the sweet cousin to hope, joy, the breath of joy. And if you haven't done this before, you can just follow me through the first time and then join in. It's 3 big arm movements, opening our hearts, breathing in, and then a full open mouth exhale. Inhale, arms forward, out, and up. Exhale, fold forward softly. Roll it up. Again, inhale, arms forward, out, and up. Exhale, let it go. Keep it going your way, your pace. Definitely bend those knees if your back is tender. Invite the drawing in of the light and the letting go when you're done. 2 more rounds. Whenever that feels complete to you, just come back to your mountain. Take a moment to feel the effects of that one simple practice. Calming our nervous system, brightening our hearts. Relax your arms. And from here, let's just open a little bit into the other sides of the spine. We've kind of done some forward and back bending a bit. Let's reach our arms up towards the sky. If it feels okay, take your temple hands, point your fingers reaching up, recalling that this body is a temple. And then exhale over towards the right. Just take a breath or two here, rooting a little bit more down into your left foot. Like light is just shining onto that left block. Come back to center and take it over towards the left. You're not forcing the body to be in any particular shape, just finding sensation in the right side of your body. Feel sunlight shining on your right rib. Come back up and let it go. And come right into a so letting one heel lift up and then the other. Keep reaching your crown up towards the sky. And we are trying to activate a little bit that crown chakra, that center that reaches towards heaven, that invites us to connect to spirit in our own unique way. And whenever that feels complete to you, slow it down. Find yourself back in your mountain pose. A moment to feel. Feel feet rooted to the earth, this holy ground that you find yourself on. Crown reaching towards you. And let's continue to warm our bodies with a few rounds of half sun salutations. This practice for me really embodies body prayer and using our bodies to pray and express the qualities of faith that we're called to express. So inhale, reach up maybe with a sense of wonder and awe. Bow forward with a sense of surrender. Inhale halfway. Connect to your own personal strength. Come back to the earth, maybe a sense of trust is always supporting you. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up in a sense of devotion. And back to your own heart with you. Again. Inhale, reach up with wonder. Exhale, bow and surrender. Halfway lift strength. Touch earth with trust. Inhale, circle devotion to your practice, to your God. Returning to your own heart with you. And let's take 2 more rounds. Really just let it be your own personal expression of whatever it is that you would like to cultivate in this moment. Whenever that's complete for you, just take a moment to breathe, to feel.